You're an independent or unsigned artist and your music has the city on fire. You might be on local radio, your social media is popping, and people are coming to your shows. So what happens? The major labels come after you. They put a deal on the table. You're thinking, what? I'm about to be rich, famous. Everyone's gonna know my name, know my music, know my face. It's great. But have you given any consideration to the contract that you're gonna have to sign to get all that? Music Meds, Real Talk Tuesdays, J.O. Pro. Let's talk about it.
No pride music.
So, do you know what your contract is going to look like when you first see it? Or do you know what kind of contract you're going to be offered? You probably don't, but I can almost guarantee you that it will be a 360 deal. I know it's a term that's been floating around the music industry for a long time. You might have just started hearing about it over the past couple of years because it has gained a lot of popularity with the music industry sales declining over the years. First, let's talk about what a traditional deal usually consists of. Well, you could probably expect a pretty good advance, depending on how hot you were. You knew you had to repay that advance before any money came to you from your album sales. So, for example, you got $250,000 up front as an advance from the label just for signing that contract. Awesome, great, do whatever you want with that money. But you won't see a dime of any money that's made from your album sales until that $250,000 is made up. That's typically how it worked. The label would get the money strictly from the sales. You probably would expect zero or very minimum royalties unless you sold an astronomical amount. So where did they get paid from? Well, they got paid from touring, merch, Verizon commercial that they were in, guest little walk-on role on a TV show or a movie. They were able to get paid from all of that. What is a 360 deal? How do they differ from the traditional deals that I just spoke about? Now the labels have turned into essentially the mafia or the mob. Oh, you're doing a show? I want in. You're doing a commercial? I want in. You just did a fucking Nike commercial. You got sponsored by Nike. Congratulations. I want in. 360 deal pretty much says, yeah, we're gonna do X, Y, and Z for you. Yeah, you're gonna get in advance. But instead of us only taking money that is made from your music, we wanna take a little bit of everything. That's a 360 deal for you. I can think of pretty much one major one, and that's promotion, which is what the labels pretty much try to sell you right off the bat into signing a 360 deal. The labels argue that 360 deals are great and they are fair because they feel without the label support, promotion, radio, getting them on the late night shows to perform, paying for top-notch music videos, things like that, artists wouldn't be able to land these kind of outside opportunities that a lot of these artists are going for these days. The label claims that, if it wasn't for us, you wouldn't be shit. So, a good thing is that they will promote you heavily. The difference between you're an independent artist just performing at a showcase at your local bar or doing Jimmy Kimmel. A label can change that kind of thing. Typically the advances are a little bit bigger as well, but just know that the bigger the advance, the more the recouping costs. And now it's not only going to be recouped against album sales, it's going to be recouped against all your revenue streams. So just something to think about. Well, my first thing is that the label essentially becomes your manager. And that's because what is their job? To promote you, get you opportunities, really put you out there. And some of those opportunities or things like that are gonna get you paid. But guess what? It's also gonna get them paid. You got a great commercial that was gonna give you some good exposure in this market of the country. You should do it. Hey, it's paying you, $35,000. Excellent, great, but we're gonna need some of that too. If you want to have your own independent manager, fine. The label should represent you and the music, in my opinion. Second thing is that the copyrights and the intellectual property. Usually labels, when you sign a 360 deal, they want to own everything. They want to own your name, your band name. They want to own all your music, your publishing, all of that. They want to make sure whatever you are making for them as far as being in the studio and musically, they want it. If they don't own all of it, they want most of it. And I feel with 360 deals, they tend to be a little bit more aggressive as far as what they own when it comes to your intellectual property or your brand. They pretty much say, hey, you got a nice name. We're gonna trademark that under our label, so we own it, So if you decide to leave, you're gonna have to switch your name. Don't mind my dog back there, he's just shaking off. When it comes to your intellectual property and your name and your trademarks and your copyrights to your music, that is everything. And typically 360 deals take as much as they can from it. most likely you will have to sign a 360 deal. It's the ugliest part of the whole thing. Label's gonna come to artists, say, hey, we like you, we want to sign you. What do you say? Here's the deal. Look it over, and in your head you're like, I watched J.O.'s video last month and he was talking about 360 deals, and this is exactly what he was talking about. Nah, I'm not signing that. I don't want that. Okay, I understand. Fair enough. It's okay. So he's gonna bring out another contract. They say, okay, fine. We will only take money from your album sale. No problem. But there is one thing. As you know, the music sales and the record industry, we're in a decline, and the money just isn't there. So unfortunately, if you don't sign a 360 deal, we're not going to be able to really promote you as effectively as we probably would have if you did. You got your little $50,000, $80,000 advance, because you better believe your advance is not going to be that big if they can't take any money from you, and you're on your own. You better use that advance to record your album, and you better hope it hits. It's unfortunate that you're left between a rock and a hard place, because on one hand you don't want to be taken advantage of, but on another hand you actually need the label support in order to advance your career. Make sure you're smart when you do put your name on the dotted line, because let's be real, you're gonna sign that contract. Number one thing I would say is make sure that you have leverage, okay? If you have your social media popping, you have a hit single that's doing really well on SoundCloud or iTunes or even on the local radio, your brand is intact and working for you, you're drawing people in, and you're actually doing shows and getting paid for it, I would say that's a good amount of leverage to show what you can do without a label. Using that leverage will allow you to really change some of the terms that come standard in a 360 contract. I've done X, Y, and Z without you guys. I don't necessarily need you for that, so how can we make this contract reflect what I do need you for? Know what you need, know how the label can help you achieve those goals, and make sure whatever you've done without the label is brought up in the negotiation so that you're not totally screwed when you sign the dotted line. Go to a reputable entertainment lawyer that doesn't seem like a scumbag, because some lawyers will try to jerk you too. I know it seems like common sense, but it seems like a lot of these artists out here are just signing whatever's put in front of them without doing their homework on what they're signing first. I hope the information that I shared with you is helpful, especially if you are about to sign one. If you like this video and you have a comment you want to agree, disagree with me, or just say great job, please leave a comment below. I always like to converse with the people who watch my video. If you like this video, you can always give me a thumbs up and a like. I always like my likes, and I always love new subscribers, so if you haven't yet, please subscribe to my channel. This is JL Pro Music Beds, Real Talk Tuesdays. Happy New Year. I'm out. Peace.